Morning students. In continuation of organic chemistry, we'll see the physical chemistry. In physical chemistry, we have three chapters. Okay, here we have three chapters. One is colligative properties. Second one, second law of thermodynamics. Okay, and IR spectra. Okay, we have these three topics in physical chemistry. Okay, in continuation, we'll see the colligative properties. Colligative properties. Before seeing the colligative properties, we'll see the what are solution, what is the solute, what is the solvent. Okay, that is also important. Types of solutions. We'll see all those. Okay, here we'll see all those. What is solution? What is solution? Okay, the homogeneous mixture of two or more components is called as solution. The homogeneous mixture of two or more components we called as solution. Here I am taking water. Here I am taking water. Add here sugar or salt. Sugar or salt and stir for 5 minutes. What we get here? We get the homogeneous mixture. That homogeneous mixture we called as solution. Here, in solution, which is present as a more percentage, that we called as, which is present as a more, that we called as solvent, which is present as a less, okay, we call as solute. Solute plus solvent considered as a solution. Solute plus solvent is simply considered as a solution. Solution. And here, what is the definition of concentration? What is the definition of concentration? The amount of solute present in a solution called as concentration. The amount of solute present in a solution. The amount of solute present in a solution we called as concentration. Suppose for example, 1 gram sodium chloride 1 gram sodium chloride present in 1 liter water. Okay, here the concentration of sodium chloride depends on only amount of sodium chloride. Amount of sodium chloride. Okay, the amount of solute present in a solution called as concentration. Based on the concentration, solutions were classified into two types. Based on the concentration, solutions are classified into two types. Concentrated solutions and diluted solutions. Or dilute solution or diluted solutions. The solution which has more amount of solute are called as concentrated solutions. The solution which has very less amount of solute we call as dilute solutions. That means here more solute is present, here very less solute present. Okay, here I am taking two experiments. Here I am taking 1 liter water. Here also I am taking 1 liter water. And here 1 gram of sugar or sodium chloride again. Here add 0.001 gram of sugar. Okay, but compared to the 1 gram, this 0.001 gram is the very less. 0.01001 is the very less. That means this solution contains, both are sugar solutions. Both are sugar solution, but one solution contains very less amount of solute. Such solutions are called dilute solutions. And here the solution which contain more amount of solute can be called as concentrated solutions. Concentrated solutions. Okay, these colligative properties are the important properties of dilute solution. Dilute solution may be exhibit colligative properties. We'll see in continuation what is the meaning of colligative property. What is the meaning of colligative property? The property which depends on amount of the solute, but not the nature of or chemical nature of solute. But not chemical nature of solute are called colligative properties. Colligative means collective together. Colligative means collective together. The property which depends on amount of the solute or particles of the solute, but not nature or chemical nature of compound. Chemical nature of compound are called colligative property. Colligative property. Okay, for example, here I am taking water, pure water. If you have some amount of sodium chloride or sugar. Okay, if you have sugar here I am taking again pure water. Here I add sodium chloride. Both are solutions. Both are solution. It is a sugar solution. It is a sodium chloride solution. Any property, melting point, boiling point, vapor pressure, osmotic pressure, these are the properties. These properties depends on amount of sugar or amount of sodium chloride, but not the water, and chemical nature of sugar or chemical nature of sodium chloride. Such properties we called as colligative properties. Colligative properties. Here we have the four important colligative properties. We'll see. Okay, if you add small amount of sugar to pure water, the vapor pressure of pure water decreases. The vapor pressure of, we'll see in continuation what is the vapor pressure. Vapor pressure of pure water decreases. If you add small amount of sugar to water, the boiling point of that solution increases. The boiling point of that solution increases. If you add small amount of sugar to pure water, the melting point of water, pure water, decreases. And here some osmotic pressure generates by the addition of sugar. Some osmotic pressure generates. Before addition of sugar, there is no osmotic pressure in pure water. After the addition of sugar, okay, the solution shows some osmotic pressure. That's why this osmotic pressure called as colligative property. And here, when we add sugar to this one, vapor pressure decreased. This we called lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure. This lowering of vapor pressure depends on solute now. So this is also one of the colligative property. Okay, here if you add sugar to pure water, the boiling point increases. Boiling point increases. That we called elevation in boiling point. That we called elevation in boiling point. Okay, if you add some sugar to pure water, the melting point decreases. Okay, that is depression in freezing point. All these properties, okay, exhibited or depends on amount of this solute and shows colligative properties. These are all called as colligative properties. How many colligative properties are there? Here we have the 4 important colligative properties. One is lowering of vapor pressure. Second one, elevation in boiling point. Third one, depression in freezing point. Fourth one, osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure. Next in continuation, we will see the lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure. First colligative property. Lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure indicated with delta P. P means pressure. Delta means difference. Okay, see, before seeing the lowering of vapor pressure, what is the meaning of vapor pressure? What is the meaning of vapor pressure? Okay, see here, you take the one container. Here I am taking one container. Okay, this is we called round bottom flask. Then you close it. Before closing, here you take some amount of water. Some amount of water. Okay, keep like this. Okay, 4 days or 5 days. What happened? Okay, here we close now. Some of the water particles are present at the surface of this round bottom flask. At the surface of the round bottom flask, and these water particles which are present at surface, these water particle causes some pressure. That pressure will equal to the atmospheric pressure. Then the pressure we called as vapor pressure. Okay, here pressure cooker also. Pressure cooker works based on this vapor pressure only. We are heating from downside. The vapor particle come and stay at the surface of the container. If pressure will be more of the vapor particle, the vessel will be opened. That we called as, when it will open, the vapor pressure of that vapor particle equal to the atmospheric pressure. Then only it open. That pressure is called as vapor pressure. That pressure we called as vapor pressure. Okay, here I am explaining by taking one more. Here this is the one container. Here I am taking water, pure water. Okay, after 4 days or 5 days, some of the water particles present on surface of the this container. These water particles exert some pressure. That pressure we call as vapor pressure. Okay, the vapor pressure of the pure liquid, pure solvent, decreases by the addition of non-volatile solute. Is called lowering of vapor pressure. Just you take pure water, add small amount of non-volatile solute. The vapor pressure of this pure liquid decreases. Here 4 molecules causes vapor pressure now. Here only 2 molecules causes the pressure. Why? Okay, the vaporization of, we add non-volatile solute now. For example, sugar. Here added sugar. What happened? This is the surface area of water. At surface area of water, we have the sugar molecules. In the presence of sugar molecules, the vaporization of this water particle decreases. Only few particles vaporize and causes the vapor pressure. That vapor pressure is called vapor pressure of solution. After the addition of non-volatile solute, we get the vapor pressure of solution. Here, vapor pressure of pure solvent. What you observe here to here? The vapor pressure of pure liquid or pure solvent decreases by the addition of non-volatile solute. That is only called lowering of vapor pressure. That is we called as lowering of vapor pressure. Vapor pressure of, mathematical expression we'll see the mathematical expression. Vapor pressure of pure solvent indicate with P0. Vapor pressure of solution indicate with PS. Vapor pressure of solution decreases now. So that is less, this is more. So here I am taking P0 minus PS. Okay, the difference between vapor pressure of the pure solvent and vapor pressure of the solution is called or is equal to lowering of vapor pressure. That indicate with delta P. Example. The vapor pressure of pure solvent 100. The vapor pressure of solution is 80. What is the lowering of vapor pressure? Delta P is equal to P0 minus PS is equal to P0 how much? 100 minus 80. This is the lowering of vapor pressure. This lowering of vapor pressure, when you observe lowering of vapor pressure by the addition of non-volatile solute. That's why it is considered as a colligative property. That's why it is simply considered as a colligative property. The property which depends on particles of solute we call as here lowering of vapor pressure, lowering of vapor pressure, colligative property. And here this is about the lowering of vapor pressure now. What is the meaning of relative lowering of vapor pressure? Relative lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, the ratio between lowering of vapor pressure and vapor pressure of pure solvent. Vapor pressure of pure solvent. Okay, the ratio between lowering of vapor pressure and okay, vapor pressure of pure solvent. Vapor pressure of pure solvent is called relative lowering of vapor pressure. What is the relative lowering of vapor pressure? Lowering of vapor pressure is P naught minus Ps. Vapor pressure of pure solvent is P naught. This we call relative lowering of vapor pressure. This may be RLVP, relative lowering of vapor pressure. This may be written like this, delta P by P naught. Remember this one. This is the relative lowering of vapor pressure. Vapor pressure, lowering of vapor pressure, and relative lowering of vapor pressure. In continuation, we'll see the what is the Raoult principle. Okay, I think you understood this topic, lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, in continuation, we'll see the what is the Raoult principle. What is the Raoult principle? The relative lowering of vapor pressure. The relative lowering of vapor pressure directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. Mole fraction of the solute. This is the principle. The relative lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solute, called as Raoult principle. Raoult principle. What is the relative lowering of vapor pressure? P naught minus Ps by P naught. The relative lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to the is equal to mole fraction of the solute Xb. Okay, here I am taking is equal to Xb. Okay, put constant or any other Xb. What is the Xb? Here Xb is equal to mole fraction of solute. Mole fraction of the solute. Mole fraction of solute Xb. But here, this is the first equation. Mole fraction of the solute Xb is equal to Nb by Na plus Nb. What is that? Number of moles of solute, the ratio between number of moles of solute and total number of moles, called as mole fraction of the solute. Mole fraction of the solute. This is the second equation. Okay, from equation 1 I look to what we get? P naught minus Ps by P naught is equal to Nb by Na plus Nb. This we call as Raoult principle. Okay, this is the mathematical expression of Raoult principle. By using this, we'll calculate the here we'll calculate the vapor pressure of lowering of vapor pressure, vapor pressure of the fuel solvent or any other. And one more thing, all these lowering of vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, and all osmotic pressure related to dilute solutions only. All concentrated solutions having more and more solid particles, they never exhibit all these. Dilute solutions only exhibit all these colligative properties. It is an important property of dilute solutions. All dilute solutions are having very less amount of all dilute solutions are having very less amount of solute. So you have to neglect number of moles of solute from the denominator. What happened? Neglect. Why you neglect here? The amount of solute is very less. Just neglect. Neglect NB from denominator. What happens here? P naught minus Ps by P naught is equal to Nb by Na. What is Nb? Nb is equal to number of moles of solute, Na number of moles of solvent. This is one more mathematical expression of Raoult principle. But here, this is the third equation. But here, Nb is equal to number of moles of solute is equal to weight of solute by molecular weight of solute. Weight of solute indicated with Wb, molecular weight of solute indicated with Mb. This is the fourth equation. Na is equal to weight of solvent by molecular weight of solvent. Weight of solvent indicated with Wa, molecular weight of solvent indicated with Na. This is the fifth equation. Substitute equation 4 and equation 5 in equation 3. P naught minus Ps by P naught is equal to Nb Wb by Mb by Wa by Ma. Ma. That also may be written like this. Here I am writing P naught minus Ps by P naught is equal to Wb by Mb into Ma by Wa. By using this principle, we will calculate any. This is also one more mathematical expression. One more mathematical expression of Raoult principle. What is the here? What is the P naught? What is the Ps? What is the P naught? P naught is, what is the P naught? Vapor pressure of pure solvent. Vapor pressure of Ps means vapor pressure of solution. Here P naught minus P base means lowering of vapor pressure. P naught minus Ps by P naught is equal to relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to Wb weight of solute, Mb weight of molecular weight of solute, Ma weight molecular weight of solvent, Wa weight of solvent. How you calculate the molecular weight of the solute? Molecular weight of the solute by using principle. This is the important one. In examination point of view, they may ask calculate the molecular weight of the solute. Mb is equal to, just take cross multiplication. This will come upside P naught into WB into what? MA by P naught minus PS into WA. This is the principle. So many principles. This is also principle. This is the principle. This is the principle. This is also principle. This is also principle. This is used for the. Okay, this is used for the. MB is equal to P naught WB MA by P naught minus PS into WA. This principle is used for the. Okay, determination of molecular weight. Determination of molecular weight of solute. If you know the lowering of vapor pressure or vapor pressure of pure solvent and vapor pressure of solution. This is the important principle. This we call as lowering of vapor pressure, and this is the Raoult principle. First colligative property. And what are the demerits of this Raoult principle? What are the demerits of Raoult principle? This Raoult principle applicable for only dilute solutions. Dilute solutions. Not applicable for the concentrated solutions. This is the one demerit. Second demerit. If molecule associate, that means solute, if solute associate or dissociate in the solution, there is no lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, it doesn't explain or it failed to explain when non-volatile solute associate or dissociate in the solvent. This also one more. Okay, one more demerit. And the lowering of vapor pressure, the vapor pressure mainly depends on two quantities. Okay, the vapor pressure depends on nature of solvent and temperature. If now any volatile solvent is there, the vapor pressure of volatile solvent is more than the non-volatile solvent. Suppose for example, you take water and acetone. Acetone easily evaporate. That means it is a volatile liquid. Water is not volatile compared to the not much volatile than the acetone. So in acetone, the acetone vapor pressure is more compared to the vapor pressure of the water. Okay, temperature. By increasing the temperature, the vapor pressure gradually increases. Why? The vaporization of particles increases. The vaporization of solvent particle increases. That's why vapor pressure increases. For example, if you keep pressure cooker, if you take the water in two pressure cookers, one keep on cylinder, simply don't use the heat. One more in heat, use heat, which causes whistle, which releases the whistle, which are heating, that only releases the whistle, open the whistle. Why? By increasing the temperature, the vapor pressure increases. The vaporization of solvent particle increases. That's why vapor pressure increases. These are the factors affecting on vapor pressure. What is the lowering of vapor pressure? What is the vapor pressure? What is the relative lowering of vapor pressure? What is the Raoult principle? Okay, different forms of Raoult principle and demerits of Raoult principle. Okay, tomorrow we'll see